Hello everyone, this is Seraphon playing Link to the Past Randomizer Litemare mode, where we have the items are all scrambled, the keys are all scrambled, the enemies are randomized, the bosses are randomized, the worlds are inverted, and most of all, we have Insanity entrance shuffle. Change you walk in one door, you walk back out, you're somewhere else probably. But last time we finally got the Moon Pearl, which means we can do stuff in the light world now. So I figured I'd start by finishing off the last entrance in Kakariki we haven't checked, and here is Hotel Mario, as it's popularly called in the randomized community because it's full of beds, hence hotel, and this guy kind of looks like Mario. Yeah, that is not useful, but at least we have all the Kakarika entrances checked now. Let's keep going north. I can check Bonk Rocks, I can check the Sanctuary drop-down, I can check the Useless Fairy drop-down. Although they'll probably send me all across the world, so maybe I should go for the furthest one first. Alright, we can also go over and check Potion Shop, but that's even further away. Now, let's just start with the closest one. Yeah, we've got explosions and stuff all over the place because Randomizer means all sorts of weird enemies all over the place. So Bonk Rocks is just a chess game that is useless. But on the plus side, this is one of the single entrance houses / caves, which means if we go back outside, we're in the same place and can keep exploring. If we come over here, we can do the Sanctuary drop-down. And this brings us to Skullwood's Bumper Room. That's pretty useless. Can come back out here, but yeah, we just have this roller in the way. I forget, where did this exit? I could check my notes, but it's faster to just go out, especially since I'll probably be saving and quitting anyway, but no, we're up on the mountain. So this potentially connects to stuff. No, that doesn't go anywhere useful. Hookshot Cave kind of helps. Oh, right, TR main is useful. Because that goes to Sanctuary. Or that goes to Ganon Exit, rather. Ganon Exit exits the Sanctuary, and this is already open because we came out of it, I believe. Right, and from here I can keep going east and check the other drop-down. And there goes, Skeleton Knight. What do they call them? Stalfus Knight, yeah. Okay, this is Magic Bat, which is not immediately useful because we don't have powder or even the mushroom to do fake powder. But yeah, it is good to know that this is Magic Bat, which has an item. And Magic Bat exits to Ice Palace. Ice Palace entrance goes to the back of Desert Palace, which you cannot finish because we don't have the big key. Which then exits to Fairy Ascent Cave Bottom. Fairy Ascent Cave Bottom goes into bottom of Bumper Cave, which comes out Swamp Palace. Was there anything in that area we wanted to check? Actually, that's pretty convenient, because we can go into the light world from there and check some more stuff. Yeah, because we have gloves and hammer, so That's full normal access to the light world. Yeah, like I've mentioned before, you can get some ridiculous shortcuts in this mode. I think I've checked all the Dark World entrances in this area. Yeah. But if we go into the light world, there's a ton of stuff that's just not accessible with a bunny. I accidentally minimized the program there for a bit, which was not at all intended. I was trying to click on it to give it focus, and it already had focus, so clicking on it again in the taskbar minimized it. So I'll probably have edited that out. Though there's not really much to see. Just would have shown my directory of where I'm saving the recordings. Yeah, we can do this right away. And this is Potion Shop, so that's good to know. Yeah, there's also the... Once we get the mushroom, we can turn that in and then come here to get the item. We also did find the shovel, so I can come over and dig up that spot. Cave 45 was useless. Ah, yes, and because of the particular randomizer settings we have on, there's a chance you can kill thieves, and apparently we have lucked into that chance. We'll take the map. That's Ganon's Tower, so it's completely useless. Yeah, maps, if you have Keysanity on, are useful in that they will tell you whether a dungeon is pendant or crystal. But Ganon's Tower, of course, is neither. So that tells you nothing. I want hammer because we're going over to Uncle. Scroll my thing up. Yeah, I thought I remembered that. The Uncle spot is Mimic Cave. And if we go to Mimic Cave, we can actually do that now, having the Moon Pearl and the hammer. There's some hearts. And there we go. Yeah, you do need the hammer to get through the mole-like things, even though the enemies are randomized. And I think the enemy randomization is why the side here has been edited, so you can actually get in there and kill things. Right, that's a single exit, so it just brings us back to the same place, which is convenient because I wanted to check some other things here. We have... Yeah, we can't check the Ganon dropdown because you need to clear Ganon's Tower first. Yep, Randomizer doing weird things with enemies under bushes again. Yeah, I've mentioned that's one of the weirder effects of these particular settings. But yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can't check the Ganon dropdown until we clear Ganon's Tower. And there's our mitts. Thank you very much. I'll go drop down to Thief Hideout. Thief Hideout has a glove. We have collected this glove. There's still Lumberjack Ledge to find that has a small key on it. Of course, that could be behind the Ganon dropdown. But it is nice to know we do have our mitts there. That gives us some more access to some more things conveniently. I think the King's Tomb is the only thing in Inverted that is hard-locked by mitts. And with Entrance Shuffle, even that, not necessarily. But yeah, where did Thief's Hideout come from? Uncle Drop goes to Thieves' Hideout. Thieves' Hideout comes out the bottom of Spiral Cave. So it's the reason the point's coming out here. I don't remember. I'll check my notes. I think there might have been some more stuff we couldn't do without the Moon Pearl. So go to exits. Entrances in the Light World Mountain area. Spiral Bottom is the library. That's 5 rupees. I don't care. Right, but being left of the 2 exits that are right next to each other goes to the C-shaped house. And there is a small key to Skullwoods. So, not one we particularly care about, but it's still nice to get it and have that checked off. I get Fairy Ascent Bottom will take us to Bumper Cave Bottom, which comes out at Swamp Palace, from which we can go back into the Light World and check some more stuff. Yeah, like I've said, this Moon Pearl just opens up so much. It'll be a while before even half of it's checked. Alright, so we went north, we checked the Punk Rocks, we checked the castle environs, everything we can. But down here, we can do some stuff in the desert area, but right here near this, we have the Light World Hype Cave. Which, of course, you can't check without bombs. And it's another dark cave. Let's see if I can figure out which one it is, at least. Okay, this is Old Man Rescue. Yeah, with 10 hearts and blue mail, I think it's worth trying. Is this the right way? I think we need to go further right. Something's hitting me. Okay, this should be the second room, so... I've been known to mess this up before. I need to go down a bit and then to the right. I didn't get to the part of going down. And then right. And from here, there's a bit of stuff, but it's basically a straight shot to the exit. Alright, because we have the Old Man, you can't really dash properly. Alright, so Old Man Rescue exits to the back of the Mountain Ascent Cave. No, this is the Mountain Descent Cave. So I have seen a dark cave that comes here before, so that is quite possibly the rescue exit. Kind of think of it, we haven't checked where the entrance comes out to. But yeah, we can do the Red Man Rescue, so I'm going to do that. And it's good for a heart piece. Okay. So Lightwork Cave was Dark Cave. Call that Rescue Bottom, I guess. And I have that called Rescue In elsewhere. So we'll call it Rescue In. The other side is Rescue Out. And what can we get to when we're here on the mountain? Spec Top is probably the most useful thing. Yeah, I didn't get the timing quite right. I find it much easier to do hook speed. Yeah, because to do spin speed, you need to... Yeah, I'd waste more time trying to get that than if I just went upstairs. And to get spin speed to work, you have to press A 1 frame after you release B, which I find weirdly tricky. Whereas to get the hook speed, all you have to do is press Y and A in the same frame, which I find much easier. Alright, we're back in Kakariko. Is there anything else to check in this area? Potion shop, where I can go back to... Yeah, it's a little out of the way, but let's go over to potion shop. I was going to say, I could go back over to south. But this is just as close, really. And it's not like I have any convenient way to get here without the flute, and with all my start points in the east. Oh no, is that accurate? Where were the old man exits? Uncle Spot, which... Old Man Front comes out at Uncle Spot, so that's more convenient for Eastern Hyrule, so remember that. And Old Man Back comes out at Desert Palace Main, which goes to the bottom of Paradox Cave, from which we can get to Skull Woods. So that's pretty useless. But yeah, you can come over here. Of course, do not have the potions, so I can't do the mushroom, so I can't do that turn in. Ah, but this is good to find. We have Hype Cave at the potion shop. How hype will it be? So far, not very. Yeah, that was one of the least hype caves I've ever seen. Still, that's one more thing to chalk off. Now, was there anything in the eastern area I could check? No, we checked the eastern region. We checked everything in the vicinity of Link's house, so at this point it basically is the South Shore. So let's dash over that way. I could go up to Zora, that's even in logic, but it's Zora. I don't really want to go there until I have the flippers, or at least the mirror. Yeah, like I've mentioned, we get all sorts of weird junk under bushes. Which is bizarre. So is that bonk. And yeah, that's the trouble with dashing in Randomizer. You can run into all sorts of stuff. Actually, while we're here, what was the Meyer entrance medallion? It is either. So we can check this entrance and get that off the list. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Just scrolling the notepad thing I have up does not change focus. So yeah, my remain goes to Castle Tower, which will probably exit to something else, just because that's how these things work. But while we're here, I do have keys, so I can try for the second chest. I can definitely get the first chest. It's arrow. And that had to be the one that doesn't require, because it is a kill room, and kill rooms in Randomizer will never have enemies that require a specific weapon. Okay, so first chest in here is a heart piece, and I think I can do this. It is out of logic without the lamp. There we go. So yeah, with the torchlight I can actually see what I'm doing, get this with minimal effort, and it's just bombs. So that seems like a good spot to stop for today. Oh no! I still have the exit to check, so let's get beaten up. I'll do a save and continue. And find this exits to... yeah, Spec Rock right. So, not particularly useful. But again, that does check off one more thing from our list. And that's just about every Dark World entrance. We're still missing the Dark Potion Shop, which again, I don't really want to go up there until I can get a mirror and go from Zora, but it might be necessary. We can do Hammer Pegs now. We cannot do Pyramid Fairy until we have the 5-6 crystals, so that'll be a while. And we can't do the Dark World Shopping Mall until we get flippers or find an entrance that leads there. But yeah, we have just about every entrance in the Dark World is checked now. Oh, and also the top of Bumper Cave, we need to find a way there. So that will either need to be a connector or mirror from the Light World. I did check Shovel, right? Yeah, that was a map. So that's been checked. We can also check Ether and Bombos tablets now. I need to remember that. But yeah, we're making good progression on exploration. We're not finding too much in the area of items since getting the Moon Pearl, but enough to keep things interesting. We did get the mitts. And yeah, so this has been Airfound playing the Link to the Past Randomizer Litemare mode. And come back next time, we will keep exploring. Again, there is a lot to do in the Light World.